Do you already have a financial advisor? That's awesome. They're one of your best allies when it comes to estate planning. But before you go naming them as your trustee, there's something you should know. Most financial advisors are fiduciaries, but they don't serve as successor trustees. In this video, we're going to talk about how your financial advisor fits into your estate plan, who should be your trustee, and how to build a team that actually works. So many clients who come to our office already have a wonderful financial advisor that they love. We love working as a team with your financial advisor. In fact, I have a video called The Professional Trifecta, where I talk about how attorneys and financial advisors and CPAs should work together. Now, the first thing you should do is let your financial advisor know that you found an estate planning attorney that you like, and they'll be thrilled. One thing that financial advisors often do is they bug you to get your estate plan done. Have you experienced this? Because a lot of people delay in getting their estate plan done. I actually was one of those people. I did estate planning for 8 years before we did our revocable trust. And I only did it because a life insurance professional asked me point blank, "Hey, Ellen, do you have your estate plan completed?" And I said, "Well, I have my durable power of attorney and advanced healthcare directive." And he said, "Ellen, how can you be such a hypocrite? You need to do your plan just like you tell your clients." And he was right. So we put together our plan and now it's good to go. But my point is, many people, including the cobbler without the shoes, will delay in getting their estate plan done. So one of the biggest questions that you might even be stuck on is who to choose as successor trustee. That is, who's going to manage your stuff when you're gone? Now, a successor trustee is often called a fiduciary. What does the word fiduciary mean? It's basically someone you put your trust in to advise you or to manage your money. Boy, that really sounds like a financial advisor, doesn't it? And financial advisors often call themselves fiduciaries because that's what they do. They are managing your money and advising you on what to do. But financial advisors usually don't act as successor trustee. Instead, they want to advise the successor trustee. This is the same thing with attorneys. Attorneys nowadays don't usually act as successor trustee. They advise the successor trustee on how to administer the trust. So if you're planning on naming your financial advisor as successor trustee, please check with them first. My guess is they won't agree to act in that role, even though they're a fiduciary, because instead they will advise the successor trustee when you're gone.
Did you know my mom has a monthly newsletter where she shares helpful information? Click below to join.
So if you're not naming your financial advisor or your attorney as successor trustee, who do you name? Or you don't have any trusted family members or friends who will outlive you and act in that role? Well, if your financial advisor is associated with an entity, you might want to name that entity as successor trustee. If your financial advisor is associated with an institution like Edward Jones or Charles Schwab or Wells Fargo, each of those entities has a trust company that manages trusts, that acts as successor trustee for trusts. So you can name those entities as successor trustees. In that situation, I'd suggest that you ask your financial advisor to connect you with somebody from that trust department so you can ask them questions about how that entity manages things, how much do they charge, do they specialize in the field that's most important to you, that sort of thing. Now, some financial advisors are on their own, or they don't have an associated trust company, or maybe their trust company doesn't do what you need them to do, like manage special needs trusts, for example. Well, what should you do then? In that situation, we usually suggest naming a private professional fiduciary or a trust company as successor trustee. Those people will usually agree to work with your financial advisor when you're gone, to continue to work with them to advise on managing the underlying assets. And they can keep that continuity of the services from the financial advisor. Now, you can ask your financial advisor if they have any recommendations, but at our office, we really play matchmaker. We'll introduce you to some folks who regularly act as trustee, and we'll give you some questions to ask them. And we have a really good video called Who Should I Name as Successor Trustee? So you can get some ideas from that. So if you're working with a financial advisor or you're trying to figure out who to name as successor trustee, let's make sure your estate plan fits together smoothly. And if you're not sure where to start and you're in California, please reach out to our office and we can help you craft your estate plan, retain your financial advisor's involvement, and connect you with the correct trust professionals.
If this video is helpful for you, share it to someone else who might benefit from it.